Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve, and today, I'm doing another SGC reveal. I think, anybody that's watched this channel, you know that I tend to buy ungraded cards and then turn them in. I think I found that, I can get better deals that way, although I will tell you there's a lot of great deals out there on the graded cards. So, moving forward, I might try to buy more graded and less ungraded, but I enjoy the ungraded. I enjoy the hunt, to be quite honest with you. See if you can find those cards that come in higher than you actually think. It's fun to do. And I still have a lot that I haven't graded. Even if I stop buying, I can still be doing this for a while. But anyway, today's pretty exciting. I've got two or three oversized cards and then some cards I've had that I've been wanting to get in for a while. So how about we flip this camera and we can take a look at the cards. I'll make my guess, and then I always do blind reveal, as you know, and then, you can guess along with me. And then when I get them back, we'll take a look at how we did. So I'm gonna flip this camera, hold tight. Okay, so here's the cards that we're going to turn in on this submission. I think there's 10 of them in total. The first one is this beautiful 1961 Don Drysdale. I continue to pick up Drysdales and turn them in. I think I have 2 or 3 graded now, and I have probably about 5 or 6 I want to turn in. This one's in really good shape. Corners are a little soft, but the centering is really solid on this 61 Drysdale. I would love to see a 5 on this. I think that's a realistic target for Mr. Drysdale in 61. And then speaking of Don Drysdale, here's the 62. Same picture of Don, by the way. But this 62, 62s are tough. They're in, this one's in really good shape. I think it's centered well. I think this one, like the 61, has a really good shot at a 5. So would love to see, I'd love to see any of them sneak in, in the 60s, you'd love to see them sneak in a 6 or higher, but, I think 5 is a realistic target with these. 1965 Harmon Killebrew. I've shared this one with you before. This one's a really sharp card. The corners are sharp. Centering's a little off left to right. This is a card you can get in good centering, but the coloring is tougher, and this is a beautifully colored card. So, I would love to see this come back in a 6. I think it's 5 to a 6 for Mr. Killebrew, but that's a really cool card. Been wanting to turn that one in for a while. Here's another one that I've had for a while that, it's a Bob Gibson 64 that's really well centered. The back's in pretty good shape. I was watching Billy Ballgame video, and I think on his way home from the National, he bought 7 of one of these, and I looked at that, and it was just a gorgeous card, and I said, you have one of those, Steve. Why don't you turn it in? I don't think this one's going to land in the 7 range, or I think it might even be a 7.5, actually. I don't think this one's going to land in the 7.5 range, but I would love to see it land in the 5 to 6 range for Mr. Gibson. Okay, remember this card? I bought this on Bargain Hunters with John. I do those with John P. Collects. John picked up a graded 61, which is post. He was able to bargain with the guy. This is the 62. These are hand cut, so there's a chance this is going to come back authentic. I do believe if it gets a grade, we're looking in the 3 to 4 range on this thing. And, I don't own any graded Roger Maris cards. And, I love this card because it's, it shows the stats of the year he hit 61 home runs. So excited to get that in. I'll be happy with whatever grade. These next 2 cards I picked up from a good friend, Dylan, Double D, on one of his whatnot sales a while back, and I just haven't gotten them turned in. The first one, look at this bad boy, this 1958 Jim Gilliam. Look at the coloring on that card. That is such a cool card. Once again, I think Jim Gilliam looks a lot like Mookie Betts. And he was a really great, underrated ball player. I think Dylan thought this thing might grade a 6. And, for a 50s card, That would be a great grade. I think it's got a shot at that. I'd be really happy if this comes in the 5 range because it's a beautiful card. And then I was doing a Junior Gilliam run with Dylan. This is another one I picked up from Dylan. This is the 54 card, and look at the picture on that card. Man, is that a good looking card. Back's pretty sharp also. So, you know, this is a great card. It's a 54. You know, I'm thinking 4 to 5 maybe on that. I'd be really happy with anything 4 or higher. I'd be really happy with. I think it's got a shot at a 5. So beautiful, beautiful Junior Gilliam. And now we've got a couple larger cards that are going in. This one is the 1971 Top Super of Pete Rose. I picked this one up. I picked a couple of them up. I picked one up from Dylan that was in pretty good shape. And then I picked this one up again at a card show when I was went to a card show with Jason, everyday card collector, and I picked this bad boy up. And I love this card. I know when I talked to John on John P. Collects, he's a big fan of this card also. It's because you've got the bat, the glove, you know, it's just a really cool card. So, yeah, I think it's in good shape. I'm thinking a 4 maybe with this one. I'd be pretty happy with a 4. Here's that beautiful 1953, the 1953 Warren Spahn Redman. Look at that beauty. I picked that one up at an antique store in Michigan. You know, got a couple nicks in the corner, but you know, it's actually a good looking card with the tab. So, you know, I would love to see a 4. I think it's in the 3 to 4 range, but this is going to be a really, really cool card. And then there's this card. This is a 1964 Veda Pinson, and it's I forget what these are called. They're not the Super, they're the Giants, the 1964 Giant, which is a really, really cool set that a lot of people collect. And there's some great cards in there and at a great price. And I picked this one up for Bargain Hunters with John because we're working on Veda Pinson. I have another card, so I picked up 2 cards. One card that I'm probably going to use to share, but then I saw this picture. I really think it's the best looking Veda Pinson picture out there, and I think this card is really well centered. I picked this up for $9, so you know, with shipping I think it was 13, and I'm going to turn it in. I don't know that I'll get it back in time for the Bargain Hunters episode to share it with you guys, but you know, I think this could come back as high as an 8. I think it's a really, really beautiful card. I just love the picture of this. The old Reds uniform. You've got the sleeveless. It's just a beautiful, beautiful card. And I'm excited to get this one sent in. So there you have it. Those are the cards I'm sending in. Next time we talk, we'll see how well my guessing was versus what SGC actually gave me. So sit tight. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so the cards are back from SGC. I just pulled them out of the box, and now I think it's time for us to look at them together for the first time. So let's jump right in. The first card is that 1961 Don Drysdale. You know, I thought this was a really nice card. I think we were looking for hopefully a 5 to a 6 for Mr. Drysdale. Okay, they gave him a 4. Okay. You know, I mean, I was hoping for a 5 to a 6, but that's a good-looking card. So, Mr. Drysdale and a 4. Next one is the 62 Drysdale. It's the same pitcher. I was hoping this one was also going to come back in the 5 to 6 range, with the last one coming in at 4. That might be more realistic, but let's see what they gave the 62 Drysdale. And they gave him a 4 also. So they were consistent on these 2 cards. Both got graded a 4. So not bad. I'm okay with that. Next one up is the Harmon Killebrew. You know, we thought the range on this was a 5 to a 6. I was hoping to potentially get the 6. So let's see what they gave Mr. Killebrew. Yes, they gave him the 6. Okay. That's a nice grade. I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's just got such great color, that card. Okay. Next up is the Bob Gibson, the 64 Gibson. I was hoping that this could come into the 5 to 6 range. Back's a little faded, but the front's pretty sharp. Let's see what they gave it. Okay, a 6. I'm happy with that. So, although the two Drysdales were a little light, the Killebrew and the Gibson are making up for it. So that's awesome. So far, so good. All right, here's that Roger Maris 62 post serial that I picked up for Bargain Hunters with John P. Collects. So this one's hand cut, so it could be authorized. It could come back an A, right? Or authentic, not authorized, authentic. Or, I'm thinking if it does get a grade, I thought maybe a 3. So let's see what they gave Mr. Maris. Yep, they gave him an evidence of trimming, authentic. So I don't know that it was trimmed, but we got an authentic, which, for these cards is not unusual. So I'm okay with that. It's a good looking card. So there we have that one. Next up, okay, now we're doing the couple of cards I got from Dylan on his Whatnot sale. The first one is that Jim Gilliam, I think it's a 59, Jim Gilliam. I think Dylan thought this could get as high as a 6. I'm hoping for a 5 to a 6. Let's see what they gave him. They gave him, it's a 58, by the way, not a 59. They gave him a 4, but look at that card. That card is gorgeous. Love that card. I'm okay with that. It's a 50s card. And now I've got a 54. This one's actually in a sleeve that I didn't notice. So let me pull it out of the sleeve before we take a look at it. Here's the 54 Junior Gilliam. I think we were shooting for a 3 to a 4 on this card. So let's see what they gave the 54 Gilliam. Wow, look at that, a 4.5. That's a really sharp grade on that card. I love it. I'm loving these two cards, Dylan. These two cards are both beauties, my friend. I'm so excited to get these ones back. So that's awesome. Next, we've got the oversized cards, and this one's a bit of a shocker because this is that 71 Pete Rose, but look at the size of the case they put it in. And I'm a little confused by this. Maybe it's because of how thick the card is, because it's not any bigger than some of the NBA cards, the 70 NBA cards that you send in. This is a really big holder. I'm not really sure what to do with this. I think we were looking for a 4. Holy moly, you can't even see the grade. The grade is a 6. So the grade's pretty good. It's just a monster holder that I'm a bit confused as to why the holder has to be that big. It has to be the thickness of the card. Not sure what I'm going to do with that holder, to be quite honest with you. But the grade itself is a 6. I'm apologizing because I really can't get this into the screenshot without moving the camera, and I don't really want to do that. So, okay. Good grade. I'm not sure about the holder. Next up is that Warren Spawn. This is the 53 Spawn. I think we were looking for a 3 to 4 on this card. It's got the tab. Let's see what they gave Mr. Spawn, and they gave him a 3. Yep, that's what I was thinking, 3 to a 4. Good looking card though, isn't it? Pretty excited to get that one graded. Last one is the 1964 Veda Pinson Giant card. Picked this one up potentially as one of my cards for Bargain Hunters with John P. Collects. I think, quite honestly, I believe I'm going to record that before I release this video. So let's see what this card came in. I think I was hoping for a 7 to maybe even 8. Look at that, an 8.5. I just absolutely love this card. That's exciting. I saw this one when it was raw, and I absolutely love this card. So 8.5 for Mr. Pinson. Pretty excited about that. Okay, so there you have it. Those were the cards. I thought it was, overall, it was a really good submission. Let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Until we talk again, stay safe, keep collecting. We'll talk to you soon.